is up, everyone? It's your girl Bernie Shanae, and today I want to share with you pretty much my April reading plans and what I am currently reading. So please stay tuned. And I am back, and also if you're new to my channel, welcome. So like I said before, I want to share with you what I'm currently reading and my April plans, the books that I plan on reading in April. So the one thing that I am currently reading right now is Only One Bed, and this is pretty much with a multitude of stories by Lucy Eden, Rebel Carter, Renee Dahlia, Lauren Connolly, Sarah E. Lilly, A.Z. Louise, Torrance Sine, and Ali Williams. I got in this book because a couple of my girlfriends who are pretty much all the women, beautiful and amazing women from the Black Author Readathon that was on the panel. So we decided to pick a book to read for this month, and this is the book right here. I'm really enjoying these stories. Like I've read, I believe so far I've read the Lucy Eden story, the Rebel Carter story, and I'm in the middle of reading Renee Dahlia's story, and they are really, I will say they're really steamy, which I do not mind. I'm all for that. And like the scenes, the sex scenes, they're detailed and everything like that. I'm like, whoo. It is steamy in here. But I love this so much, and I cannot wait to go over this with all of my girlfriends about this book and everything and what we loved about it. So this is what I'm currently reading right now. And then, so the books I plan on reading in April. So I got a total, I think six books for now, and I might add on to it because I don't do TBRs anymore. I just figured like I can't do TBRs because my moods always change. I always change my mind about what I want to read that month, and I just yeah. So I feel like TBRs, I'm restricting myself on trying to read other different books when I could just change my mind altogether. So yeah, no TBR, it's just my reading plans. So the first book that I plan on reading is finishing the duology, and that is A Queen of Gilded Horns by Amanda Joy. This is the second and final book of this. And I cannot wait to read this and find out what happens to Ava and Issa in their relationship. If somebody dies, does somebody live? Is there a happily ever after between the Prince Akito and Ava? Like, I want to know. So yeah, I plan on reading this, but I'll read the synopsis. I probably not read every single synopsis, but I'll read some of them for you. So it says, at the end of a river of royal blood, the battle royale for the ivory throne between Princess Ava and her sister Issa is brought to an abrupt halt when Ava discovers who she really is. Now she's determined to know why the truth was kept from her. She flees to her father's childhood home in hopes of finding family who can explain all her father didn't get a chance to before he was murdered. She's also on the hunt for her mentor, Basha, who disappeared when she needed him the most. Though she spared Issa's life for now, Ava still has her eye on the ivory throne and a wish to unite the people of Myre, but she'll need Basha's help to understand her bargaining magic as she decides Issa's fate once and for all. With the queendom on the brink of revolution, Ava, with the handsome Akito and her unremorseful murderous sister in tow, makes the treacherous journey north, looking for allies at the enclosures, little more than prisons for Akito's people. To help in taking a last stand against her mother, who she's sure is already hunting her, Ava's convinced that to finally bring peace to Myre, she and her sister must make peace first. But Issa refuses to give up the fight. In the thrilling conclusion to this royal fantasy duology, Amanda Joy once again weaves a spellbinding and richly told narrative full of romance, magic, and adventure. So yes, I love this world so much. I really wish it was like a trilogy instead of duology, but it's okay. I'm gonna love, like, Amanda Joy writing is amazing. It's the bomb, and I cannot wait to read more of her work. So I plan on reading this in April. The next book that comes out in May that I pretty much cannot wait to read is one of my anticipated reads of this year, and that is Hurricane Summer by Asha Bromfield. Asha Bromfield is an actress. She was in Riverdale. She was one of the band members in the Pussycat Dolls. So I definitely look forward to reading this. Now, what got me into wanting to read this, first of all, is the cover alone, because I do love it. I like the rain coming down with the flower and everything like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. And pretty much with this book, it's going to be bringing on a lot of difficult topics that a lot of people are not comfortable to talk about or are comfortable to talk about. And I feel like all these topics have been talked about on BookTube. So it talks about colorism, classism, you know, about finding love, true love, the daughter-father dynamic, everything like that, and colorism. It has all those issues, all those difficult topics to talk about in this book. So I definitely look forward to reading this in April. Next book, I was pretty much influenced by Corey from Corey's Corner from Instagram, because she had read this book. She had done a lot of things for this book and promoted this book like crazy, which I really love, because she really was passionate about this book and what it brings to the table, what it brings to the world. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading that. This is The Song Book of Benny Lament by Amy Harmon. And just the cover, beautiful, right? Like, I love this. So yeah, I will read the synopsis for you. So it says, their music will change the world. New York, 1960. For Benny Lament, music is his entire life. With his father's deep ties to the mob, the Bronx piano man has learned that love and family can get you in trouble. So he keeps to himself, writing songs for other musicians, avoiding the spotlight until the night his father brings him to see Esther Mine sing. Esther is a petite powerhouse with a gorgeous voice. And when Benny writes a hit song and performs it with her, their collaboration thrusts the duo onto the national stage and stirs up old issues and new scrutiny that the mob and Benny would rather avoid. Excuse me. It would be easier to walk away, but the music and the woman are too hard for the piano man to resist. Benny's songs and Esther's vocals are an explosive combination, a sound that fans can't get enough of. But though America might love the music they make together, some people aren't ready for Benny Lament and Esther Mine on or off the stage. So, of course, this is interracial romance, which I'm all for. I do love. And I think this book is very powerful, and I think it's very accurate when it says their music will change the world, which I believe Corey from Corey's Corner off of Instagram has said that. Like, this book is, it speaks volumes in so many different levels. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this as well. Next, this is a comic. I wanted to finish on reading this because I read the first book of this by Nydia Okorafor, and that is Shuri, 24/7 Vibranium by Nydia Okorafor and Vita Ayala. And this is also illustrated by Rachel Stotts and Paul Davidson. So yeah, this is a continuation of the first book where T'Challa is gone missing in space. He went into a black hole and he's disappeared. He's missing. So Shuri has to step up to the plate and become the Black Panther. And so in this book, she has to fulfill as being the Black Panther because she has no choice. And Wakanda has to be protected. So it says, Shuri faces her destiny. With T'Challa gone and Wakanda in peril, the Black Panther is needed, and Shuri must step up to fill the void. But she's about to face a threat unlike any her home has seen before. Shuri heads to America to investigate a lead, but she's not the only hero on the case. With New York City and New Jersey in danger as well, there's no way Miles, Spider-Man Morales, and Kamala, Miss Marvel, Khan, are sitting this one out. And with her people in peril, Shuri takes up the Black Panther mantle once again. But this is a Panther you've never seen before. One who will change Wakanda forever. Prepare for a high-tech, star-studded adventure as only Shuri can serve up. Which, this is in the back, which it's beautiful. Like, all, like, the people of Wakanda in the background. You have Shuri. It just looks amazing. So yeah, I wanted to continue on reading this. This is what the first comic looks like. Right here, and this is the second one. I don't know if there's a third one or not. I have to look it up. So yeah, I want to read this. Now let me just let you know I'm getting into comics a lot more. I haven't really read a lot of comics for a while, and I feel like I need to get back into it just to make sure that I'm still reading you know, diversely. I'm still reading diverse books. I'm a diverse booktuber where I read multiple works of books, you know, like comics, nonfiction, everything like that. So yeah, I'm trying to become more diverse with what I read. And so the next book that I want to read is Sing Me Forgotten by Jessica S. Olsen. I definitely want to read this. This has a lot of Phantom of the Opera vibes, where we have the main character Ista, who pretty much she was supposed to die at birth. Someone tried to drown her at birth, but she lived, and she's now living in a opera house. And in order for her to stay at the opera house and back to remain her sanctuary, she has to pretty much be able to still make sure they're to sell tickets for the opera because she does have a talent, and she's very talented. She has magic and everything involved, which she's able to do. I don't want to get into this because I think I might do my own review about this book, so please stay tuned for that. And last but not least, because I'm not sure if this is going to be the final book that I'll be reading in April, there might be a few more, but I definitely want to get into this because I believe from Beautifully Bookish Bethany, she did a review about this book, and I wanted to review it for myself and give you my honest opinion. But I'm really excited reading this, and that is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Now, this is mostly a lot of sci-fi as well, which I haven't read a lot of sci-fi lately, and I need to get back into that sci-fi vibe and mood. But I'll read the synopsis for this book. So it says, Book 1 of the Between Earth and Sky trilogy, inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas and woven into a tale of celestial prophecies, political intrigue, and forbidden magic. It says, the god will return when the earth and sky converge under the black sun. In the holy city of Tova, the winter solstice is usually a time for celebration and renewal. But this year, it coincides with a solar eclipse, a rare celestial event prescribed by the sun priest as an unbalancing of the world. Meanwhile, a ship launches from a distant city, bound for Tova and set to arrive on the solstice. The captain of the ship, Yala, is a disgraced teak whose song can calm the waters around her as easily as it can wrap a man's mind. Her ship carries one passenger, described as harmless. The passenger, Sarpio, is a young man, blind, scared, and cloaked in destiny. As Yala well knows, when a man is described as harmless, he usually ends up being a villain. And then it says, crafted with unforgettable characters, Rebecca Roanhorse's epic adventure exploring the decadence of power amidst the weight of history and the struggle of individuals swimming against the confines of society and their broken past is the most original series debut of the decade. So yeah, so I feel like I need to read this because it's a trilogy, so it's gonna be 3 books. So I need to hurry up and read this one before the second one comes out, or I'm gonna be behind, so to speak. But yeah, so those are all the books that I'm planning on reading in April. So yeah, so let me put this up so you can see it once again. So here are all the books that I'm going to plan on reading in April. Like I said, this is not a TBR because it actually might change, but I do want to stick to these because these are one of the books these are all the books I definitely want to get into, and I want to share with you my own opinion and my own reviews about these books. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and please stay healthy and stay safe. See ya!